everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents on why they like being a part of Flagler County. So today I'm super excited to have my guest, Miss Michelle Gordon, with us today. Michelle, thank you so much for the time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course. Well, Michelle I just love talking to her. We've met a few times at some of the networking events and we've been at the same events, and she just has the most lovely spirit ever. She is always so excited. She always just wants to talk about what she's passionate about. And I love seeing that. So I was like, I have to have you on the podcast. It's been like pushback here and there, not pushback, I should say. But I've just been trying for a few events now. But I'm so excited that we have some time in the calendar. This is a
Yes.
real treat for me.
Yes, me too. Me
Of
too.
course.
Looking
Well,
forward to it.
yeah, well, I'll let you kind of kick it off and get started. And tell me just a little bit about your journey coming to Flagler, coming to Palm Coast, and how's that been for you?
Wow, I actually came to Palm Coast, believe it or not, 28 years ago.
Wow.
And I can't believe it's been 28 years. It seems like the time has flown right by. But what drew me to Flagler County, I just needed something different. I actually had a child, and we were just looking for something different, just a calmer environment to raise her in. And my sister, who's no longer here with us, suggested that we come because she had already built a house here. So we just all followed her here to Palm Coast. I have two other sisters who live here, along with my two nephews that also live here. So it's a whole family affair. Yeah.
Wow, that's so fun. I'm so glad. I feel like sometimes I hear stories where they move here to Palm Coast for family, some they just kind of move because they really want to come to Palm Coast. So it's so glad that you had your family here and that you still have some, of course. Um, I mean, 28 years, I'm sure you've just seen Palm Coast just completely transform before your
Oh,
eyes.
absolutely. 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 We have seen Palm Coast go from a one lane going in north and Beltier being one lane or two lanes, one going north, one going south, to
Yes.
now being a four lane, right? So
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of change. It feels like a city. I remember when we got incorporated, and so it's been great. It's
Yeah.
the growth has been steady, and it's been good for the people who have been here, especially myself. Now I feel like I'm living in a semi big city.
Right. It's kind of like a discount Orlando-ish. That's what it feels
Yes,
like.
yes. It's
Not as
always good to,
bad, but
yes. And every time you go away to a big city, you kind of yearn to come back home. So Palm Coast actually gives you your old hometown feel.
mm,
So you're in a city, but it's not quite that big. So it still
right.
has its homey feeling.
Yeah, I especially love that you want to capitalize on that homey feeling. That's just something you can't really replicate other places. Like I went to
Yes.
New York City for the week, and then I came back and I was like, I loved it there. I had so much fun with my friends, but I
Yeah.
did love Palm Coast as well. And I have my
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
from New York. They're coming down to Palm Coast, so I'm excited for them to see how that is. And that's gonna
Oh,
be a shift
cool.
for them. I think she's gonna
Yeah,
enjoy it. Um,
definitely.
well, I would love for you to talk. So you are aware of many hats. So I would love for you to talk about, of course, Eden's preschool, and then you have the events planning, and then of course you have the I just want to say women's group. So I'll let you kind of take it away and talk about some of the groups and anything else that may come up.
Okay, so Eden Preschool, we've been in business now for 26 years. We started off with just basically a regular daycare, and we kind of evolved into preschool, extended day, tutoring service. We've had a really great run. Our students are over the top, uh, exceptionally bright. I have to say that myself. One of the things that we are the most proud of is our students. They get this amazing start in daycare, and then they transition from daycare to preschool. And in preschool, they develop those exceptional skills that set them apart from, I would consider to be the average students, because when they do start their school career, they usually do exceptionally well. Most of our students have gone on to become AP honor roll students. They've gone through STEM. Once they get into school, they get on the honor roll and they basically stay on the honor roll. Most of those students I still do tutor. So because I still do tutor them, they have that edge, I would say. One of the things that we are most proud of is we are officially launching our Eden preschool or daycare or school college scholarship. And what that entails is once we get it launched this year, we will have 4 years to basically develop it to the point where our students who are going into high school this year, they will be eligible for that scholarship in the next 4 years. So we are confident that they will maintain their grade point average, which is a 3.8, which is one of the criterias.
Yeah.
They will, of course, they will have good citizenship, and we are excited just to launch it and to be able to make that offer that to our kids. So that
Mhm.
will give the students here at Eden and their parents assurance that, listen, if these kids do well, they have money waiting for them upon graduating of high school. So we're truly excited about that.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, yeah.
yeah, so that program is officially going to be launched on April 20th. It's going to come under the banner
Yeah.
of I Just Want to Say Women's Group,
Hmm.
for which, is our upcoming entrepreneurial event on April 20th. And so we're just really excited to be able to do that. We have some amazing, amazing students that have just made their parents proud, but above all, they've made their teachers proud.
Yeah.
From their preschool experience all the way to their high school experience, they've
Yeah.
truly made their teachers proud, and early education has made a difference in their lives.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that so much. I have such a heart for I mean all kids of all ages, but I do a lot of work with my local church with, 2 to 3 year olds, the
Oh,
toddlers.
cool.
And I love them so much. And I
Yeah,
know what an impact it made when I was a kid and I went to a private, preschool and kindergarten and having teachers who really, really believed in me and watched out for me. And
yeah,
it gave me a lot of confidence going into, those tumultuous times of middle school and high school,
yes,
that
yeah,
foundation that you give to kids. And then of course you're coming full circle to help them through high school and college as well, which just really shows to me that you guys have the heart in the kids and the students
yes,
and wanting them to succeed, not just come to our school and we'll see you maybe one day. It's come to our
yes,
school and we want to set you up for that success and let us help you for that success.
yes,
I love that
yes,
so much. You did talk about how it goes under the umbrella of the I Just Want to Say Women's Group. I'd love for you to talk about that group because you guys are making things happen. So
yes,
I would love for
we
you to
are,
share how
we are.
people can also get involved with you guys as well.
Okay, so I just want to say women's group. Actually, it's been something that's been rolling around in my head for a while. And back in 2021, when we were all in COVID, the season of not knowing where we were going, and we could only have outdoor events, the idea basically popped into my head of doing a prayer breakfast for my girlfriends in my backyard. And of course, my girlfriends came and we had an amazing time. It was considered like a sunrise breakfast. And as the sun was coming up, It was beautiful because we were praying. We were just praying for not only our community of Palm Coast, but basically the entire world because there was so much uncertainty. I mean, it was COVID. One minute you could wear a mask, the other minute you wasn't wearing a mask. One minute you could be outside, the other minute you couldn't. So we just basically took the opportunity. We were separated from each other for so long. So having this breakfast outside, of course, with social distancing, we just had a really good time. A good girlfriend of mine, Angela Knight, said to me, Michelle, you're an event planner. Why don't you come up with something, do something for us, do a banquet, something. And she said, I just want to say, I enjoyed myself. And somebody else says, "Oh my God, I just want to say, why don't we do something? Let's form a group and call it I Just Want to Say." So it kind of solidified, okay, let's do it. So in November of 2021, I called the Hilton because I have a great relationship with the Hilton Garden Inn here in Palm Coast. And I called them and I asked them, of course, if they had availability for this one particular date. And they said yes. And we host what we call a gratitude banquet.
Wow.
And when we had the gratitude banquet, it was just women coming together and talking about the things that they were grateful for. And it was just amazing. I have a really good girlfriend, Kimberly Hodge Russell, who owns Classic Couture Fashions. And she came over and she did a fabulous fashion show for us. Another really great girlfriend of mine who is now no longer here with us, Cynthia Black, jumped right in and she helped us with the fashion show as well. And we just had the best time. And voila, that officially gave birth to I Just Want to Say. We got our incorporation in 2022, and in 2023 we got our nonprofit status, and we have not looked back. All the things that we have wanted to do as Christian women, we are
Hmm.
doing. We are feeding our children. Last year, we fed 2,000 kids in Palm Coast. We partnered with Houses of Hope Inc. in DeLand, and they helped us out with providing our foods. A diabetic child all the way over in Tampa was one of our sponsors. And, we just came together and we've been doing some super, super amazing things. Alpha Woman Center is another one of the agencies that we work with. The Samaritan Inn is another agency as well. So we have done some pretty amazing things last year, just helping in our community, beyond our community. We have women that we're supporting outside of the US to
Wow.
just be the best that they can be in business. We have women in Bermuda, we have women in Jamaica, we have women in Brooklyn. We have women in Palm Coast. We have women as far back as Africa that
Wow.
our arms have touched. Yes. And our goal really, Macy, is to empower women
Hmm.
and to help them be the best that they can be. And whatever that looks like, what does that look like? To help another woman to
Yes.
be the best. If you're struggling in your business, we can help you. And of course, Levy Troop is the best ever because he has helped so many of our women to start their business and get their incorporations and their websites. So shout out to Levy and Levy Enterprises for being on our side and helping us in the past year. Yes.
Yes.
And of
Sorry.
course,
Yeah. Oh, yes. Keep going. Sorry.
yes, and I mean just other women. professional women of Flagler
Hmm.
who definitely played a huge role
Oh,
in
wow.
helping us to launch our college fund. They were just amazing in giving us a grant from the Go Girl grant last year. And we have taken that money and we're building on that money to make sure that our college fund is what it's going to be. Our goal is $15,000 for this year, and we are really working to get there. So thank you to the president, the past president, Nina, and to the current president, Diane, and the entire board for supporting, I just want to say, women and kind of just tying into our vision of women helping women to be the best that they can be.
Oh my gosh. I'm so so glad that you took the time and you explained it because that's so funny. I didn't know that. I mean, obviously I wouldn't have known that's how the name came about. And I really loved it and I will commit that to memory now because now that I have the story, I have the context, it makes so much sense. I just want to say women's group. I love that. And I did know you guys worked with the PWSC and I'm so glad that they were able to help you out so much. They're such a kind and loving, supportive group of women.
Yeah,
It's so great to, go to those events and see women like you mentioned, who just want to help other women in business and other people in business. And I
yes,
also want to highlight really quick that, you said that you really started it because it's really what we as Christian women should be doing. And I really
yes,
love that, obviously as a Christian woman, there's just so much that we have to be conscious of. Like, this is what God has put us on the earth to make an impact and to leave an impact on other women's lives, other people's lives. And it is our job to go out and do that in his name. And
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm so glad that you highlighted that. That's very important. I feel like having God first in these ventures is what keeps them
Yes,
successful and keeps us as
absolutely.
those who run them sane in a sense, because it can get crazy really quickly, but knowing that it's all for him and all his glory to help all these other people on this earth with us, you can't take that away from someone, you can't. Nothing,
Mm.
no snowball or curveball that's thrown at us will ever change that fact. So I can tell you guys have a huge heart for that, and I'm so glad that you came on and you shared a few minutes of your time talking about this. I'll make sure I have all that information that you mentioned, Michelle, ways that people can reach out to these groups, to the Eden Preschool. They can find that information as well. You mentioned very quickly the April 19th event, or 20th, sorry, the April event, of course. That's going to be an
Yes,
amazing event. I'll have that
yes.
information in the description. People should definitely check that out. If it's something you'd like to attend or be a part of, definitely reach out to Michelle. And Michelle, again, thank you so much for the time today. I really, really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank
Of
you for
course.
having me.
Yes, of course. Anytime, anytime. And to everyone listening, I really appreciate you as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.